Hey guys, King of Charmanders here. Alright, so the Season 7 details of Go Battle League have just released. I'm not going to do an overview of them because they're pretty much the exact same thing as the, well, it's literally almost the exact same thing as the last season. Literally same system, nothing new, no bans, etc. Just 2 new cups, which is probably the most exciting news, and you're gonna get more XL candy when you catch Pokemon from Go Battle League Awards. That's pretty much it. Anyways, we're here to talk about the Retro Cup. So the Retro Cup, basically what Retro Cup meant, or what they were trying to imply, or what actually is it's going, the throwback is it excludes Dark, Steel, and Fairy typings. So it only includes the first 15 Pokemon types. Basically from like, yeah, just the first 15 Pokemon types. Dark, Steel, and Fairy, for those of you that know, Dark and Steel types were, Dark and Steel was introduced during Johto, and Fairy types were, I believe, during Unova or Kalos, I think. I don't remember exactly which one. Well, not Kalos, never mind. Unova, I think it was like Unova, Sinnoh or Unova. I think either one, yeah. Sinnoh, Unova, but the later generations is when Fairy came out. Anyways, it's Great League, so only Great League, only up to 1500, and again, first 15 Pokemon types, which is what they meant by Retro. You could have called it the Throwback Cup, or the Throwback Type Cup, or something if that's, I mean, you have to make it sound cool. Anyways, let's get started. PPoke.com actually already has the rankings introduced, so let's get started at the announcement. As I always say, please consider donating to PPoke.com. So the Retro Cup is very interesting, to say the least. The reason being is because yes, you're gonna ban Dark Fairies and Steels, but there's a lot of meta Pokemon that actually don't fall into those categories. For example, you got Deoxys Defense, which is an incredibly powerful Save Switch. That's why it ranks so dang high. You also have things like Cresselia, Hypno, like Reggie Rock, Altaria. Altaria is really good in this cup because there's nothing resists Dragon Breath in this cup, basically. So dragons are really good just because you could just pretty much burn down everything as long as you don't see ice types like Frostless. So as you see here, let's look at the top 10. The top 10 is basically Dragon, Ice, and Psychic Pokemon. Now, since Steel is such a polarizing typing, it pretty much, with the exception of it, it allows a lot of interesting stuff to run rampant, which is the reason I don't sound super excited. Look at the top 10. Look at this. You have 2 legendary Pokemon. You have pretty much really popular, it's like Open Great League, basically. Hypno's popular. Deoxys Defense is popular. Altaria is used everywhere. Abomasnow, you may not see it as often as people introduce it, but it's incredibly good. It's not uncommon. It's pretty common in Go Battle League. So Ice types, Psychic types run this meta. And like I said, the only reason Dragons aren't so polarizing and why Altaria's in there is because the only thing that basically Ice types. So as you see here, very, very bulky Mons or high damage Mons take the spot in the top 10. Again, kind of a barrier to entry cup because there's actually a lot of things that are legendary that are really good. So someone that has a Deoxys Defense will actually do very well in this cup because not a lot of things check Deoxys Defense or even Cresselia for that matter. That's why they rank so high. Your leads are going to be Alolan Marowak. Alolan Marowak's really good because of the reason of being able to take out ice types. Now, the reason why Dragon leads are so good is because, like I mentioned before, there's not a lot of things that check dragons or dragon types. So you can probably do a triple dragon strat and literally burn down your you're gonna need a check or an answer to dragons for every team. Ice types are pretty plentiful. Frostless and Abomasnow are available, and both of them have had spotlight hours. So you shouldn't have a lot of trouble finding one or one from before, unless you're a brand new player. In that case, because rental teams still aren't out yet, Niantic is a really greedy company. They don't promote barrier to availability, nor do most of our content creators. I've always advocated for it because I want more people to play the game, because the only way we're going to grow big is if we play the game even more. Or, I mean, not play the game even more. That's not what you're supposed to do. You need more people to play PvP. And we have such a high barrier to entry that that's not really a friendly thing. Anyways, enough about my rant. As I mentioned, ice types are pretty plentiful in this cup, so you should find something that takes out dragons. Because Weather Ball is so oppressive and Avalanche does heavy damage, like if you're using Frostless, You can't really 2-shield Dragon Breath your way to victory. You can do double dragons, but you need something to check ice. Or you're going to be able to nuke an ice type. Anyways, for this team, as you see here, you have Alolan Marowak as a lot of meta... This list, it's meta, okay? Other than Lickitung XL, which for some strange reason is super oppressive and statistically, but no one has one. Unless you spend a ton of rare candy on a Lickitung, which is a lot of candy. As you see here, Dragons take the top 10. Deoxys defense, like I said, how I hate the barrier to entry of why Deoxys defense hasn't came back for like a year, and it's so good because there really isn't anything that stops Deoxys. There's not a lot of things that stop Deoxys defense in this meta. As you see, Alolan Marowak is really good because of ice types. And it's just really good in general. Ice types run the leads. Drifblim's really good because it has basically things with ice type moves, things that can check dragons or can take out dragons in ice. Because Alolan Graveler, the reason why it's in the top like 20 is because Volt Switch and Stone Edge basically are extremely powerful charging moves. So then you can knock out a lot of dragons. This is basically Holiday Cup. It's like Holiday Cup with dragons. Basically it. Holiday Cups with dragons and psychic Pokemon. That's pretty much it. So as your switches, obviously, if you're playing a Kanto Cup right now, you know Hippo's a great save switch. If you're playing the Holiday Cup, you know Frostus is a great save switch. Psychics are really good save switches. Especially Hypno and Frostus. Frostus mainly because 1, it charges like a monster because of Powder Snow, and 2, it does take out the ice. It can take out the ice types because it charges so fast and can take out the dragons. It also takes out things like Deoxys defense, other psychic types. It's probably the best save switch in this meta. As you see, fighting types, etc., Licky, Zangoose, so normal types, etc. Anything that resists ice basically destroys it, but Frostus will definitely take shield or take switch for you. Hypno's a fantastic save switch, along with the psychic types, mainly because, like I mentioned before, there's not a lot of checks to psychic types because Steel is gone. But as you see, one other fantastic save switch is Gyarados. You have a lot of interesting save switches. So there's a lot of, like, off-beta things that you can run here from Open Great League that you can use for this cup. Galvantula's in here, not a surprise because Galvantula charges fast and it can do a lot of damage. As you see here, it does take out psychic typings because of that lunge. So Galvantula is a good save switch. Pelipper, basically a lot of things in Open Great League that are good are going to be good in this cup. As far as your close goes, number 1 is Frostless. Just because if Frostless with no shields is an absolute beast, Frostless with shields and your opponent have no shields will pretty much end your opponent's entire row. It can sweep the entire line because it's that good in this cup. As you see here, Ghost types and fellow Psychic types will give you a hard time. That doesn't mean you can't just literally nuke through Cresselia or nuke through Water types with Shadow Balls if you're up shields or if you have the energy. Like I said, Frostless will do heavy damage, that's why it's in the top 10. Reggie Rock is one of kind of the high barrier to entry mons that aren't accessible to everyone, but if you do have one, this thing will just rock your world, literally, because with Reggie Rock, pretty much with Lock-On and Stone Edge Focus Plus, as you see here, it does a lot of damage. It takes out the dragon, well, not really all of dragons, but the thing is, like, Altaria is the best dragon, so you're probably going to see that around a lot. As you see, fighting types, you probably won't see too... Well, you can probably see Medicham XL, as you see here. Medicham XL is actually pretty safe in this meta, because there's no... XL Medicham is actually pretty safe, because there's no... What's the word I'm looking here? There's no fairy types around, so you don't have to worry about getting charmed down. Ironically, this is... Wait a minute. Oh. Sorry, I just had a thought, that's right. That doesn't ban Shadow Razor Leafers. Well, this is really interesting. Anyways, as you see here, a lot of other things you see in the Great League closers are a lot popular in the Retro Cup. Electivire, because the Wild Charge is so busted, and Raikou, which if you have a Shadow Raikou and it's purified, or if it, not purified, if it does have frustration removed, that's pretty sick. As you hear, Shadow Mewtwo does have its play. A lot of high entry mons, legendaries, do very well in this cup. And there's other things here. Lantern makes its presence because of Thunderbolt and Hydro Pump. As you see here, it's able to take out Altaria. It's also able to take out Frostless. So a lot of things are like Lantern, and of course our thick boy here, our thick boy slash girl here slash Lickitung XL, which probably nobody has because it takes way too much candy. As far as chargers goes, Frostless is your number 1 charger. Not a surprise because it does have Powder Snow, and so is Abomasnow. So Ice does a lot. As you see here, Zapdos, Flygon, Zangoose, high in the charger category. As far as attacker damage goes, your number one will be Lickitung XL. Sadly, we don't have Lickitung XL. But if you do have a Wobbuffet XL, this thing, it looks pretty dang good. Not gonna lie. Just for fun. Now, I'm not saying it's good, but like it looks like it's gonna be fun. Anyways, attackers, as you see, Lickitung XL, Cresselia, high rate of damage, etc. Wobbuffet, and that's pretty much it. As you see here, like I mentioned before, Retro Cup's pretty much a combination of Holiday Cup plus Psychic and Dragon types. That's pretty much it. But the inclusion of Psychic types without Dark types being around, it's kind of, yeah, it kind of sucks because there's not if you look at the Ghost typing for it, the best one you have is Frostless and Drifblim, and also Jellicent. Jellicent's also another pick you can use. Actually, you could use Jellicent to probably to try and cover. It does have Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, and Hex, so it has a lot of coverage as well as far as Ghost. So, but it's hard to get. Drifblim, you probably got one. You did have one. We had a Spotlight a while ago, and like I said, Frostless had one. So Ghost, there's a lot of strong Ghosts in this meta, but there's also checks to Ghost too as well. There's a lot of things that can check Ghost. Prime example is other ghosts like Alola Marowak, things that are really bulky and can outlast you. And the reason why Gengar and Haunter are really down is because Confusion destroys poison types, okay? That's pretty much it. But there's still some viable ghosts around here. That's why, and also Psychic typings. Without Steel or Dark types, Psychic is very strong in this meta. You can even use as far as XLs go. If we're looking at specifically XL Pokemon, your best bet's probably Medicham XL. Now, the reason why Medicham XL isn't the greatest thing in the world is because it loses against a lot of really top meta picks. For example, you're probably going to see Frostless and Hypnos like no tomorrow in this cup because they're just that good. I'll be doing individual analysis for each Pokemon, so you don't have to really worry about like, oh, okay, what do I do with this one? So I'm going to start all that content pretty soon. I'm going to try to get as much Retro Cup info out there as I can because this doesn't look like it's not a friendly cup. It's a friendly cup in a sense if you've been playing for a while because you probably have all these things. Not a friendly cup in a sense because there's still so many strong Pokemon. Even though you take out Fairy and Steel, which are two very strong typings, and even Dark just because it checks Psychic, as you see here, these are really destructive Pokemon. So yeah, it's not gonna. I'm not really that excited for the Retro Cup if you're asking me, just because it's basically, like I said, it's Holiday Cup with Psychic types and with Psychic and with Steel types. That's basically it. I mean, not Steel types. Psychic and Dragon types. That's pretty much it. Which in turn doesn't really make the meta that polarizing because this is gonna look a lot like the Holiday Cup. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you are excited for it. Me, the reason I'm not that excited because they could have done something better. No, seriously, they could have done better. Unfortunately, they have not. Cup looks to be a lot of fun when it finally is performed, but unfortunately, like from my sighting, just from like since I've looked at so many metas, it's just that outlook. It's the Holiday Cup with Dragons and Psychics. That's basically it for me. And if you look, it's basically gonna be very similar to the Holiday Cup with as far as like what you can use. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. Good luck. If you did make Legend, congratulations. If you did make it, don't worry about it. We have Season 7, and nothing has changed in Season 7 except for the special cups and more XL candy depending on what you catch. Other than that, things are exact same. If you didn't make it in Season 6, now's your chance. Season 7 is your time to shine. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets. I hope you're having a lot of fun in the Kanto Cup. Look forward to the the Retro Cup and the Great League Remake Cup. Wait, I forgot. Kanto Cup is coming back. So, yeah. You're going to have to come back to the Kanto Cup, unfortunately. Anyways, again, good luck on Go Battle League sets. If you did make Legend on Season 6, you still have Season 7 to make it, and probably every season after that, unless they overhaul the entire ranking system. Which probably isn't going to happen anytime soon. Anyways, good luck on your sets. Hope you guys have fun, and I will see you on the next video. Again, I'll be doing more analysis on the Retro Cup with each individual mod, so if you're looking for that, stay tuned for that. You guys have a wonderful day. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets.